Alright, Bob's Barn fans, here we go. We're working on these rear wheel bearings again, and what I need to do for that is to replace the seals in there and clean this whole rear axle housing out of the old oil. And because I'm using the same oil, it doesn't have to be a complete clean, I don't think. I'm going to flush it out with some brake clean and swab it out with some rags. So to get the wheel seals out, I have a puller set which toggles sideways so you can fit it inside behind the bearing or the bushing, the seal, and it turns sideways and you pop it out, hooked up to a slide hammer. And then to put the new seal back in, I have a seal driver, and of course these are on the old Lend-Lease program, basically, from AutoZone, so you have to pay a down payment on these, but you get it all back when you return them in one piece. So I'm going to get the camera set up and we'll start trying to pop those out. Peace. Okay, so I'm going to first try to fit this tool in here. That one's too big, so I'm going to have to go with the smallest. We'll see if that gets in there. Boy, it's just going to fit. It just fits. Look at that. Ain't that sweet? Ain't that pretty? And you got a nut and a washer right here to push right up against it so she don't turn on you. I'm thinking that's what I need to do. That fits just absolutely perfectly behind that oil seal. Now we turn the slide hammer into it. These should come out fairly easy, I'm thinking. But I'm going to turn it in all the way. Anyway. Sure, this could be abused a lot. Bigger things. Alright, I think it bottomed out. So, boom! Look at that. Nothing like having the right tool. There's that bearing seal out. I'm going to bop over to the other side and we'll pull that one. You want to see that? Might as well. Okay, well, we're back. We're on the other side now, and I don't like the way that this brake drum is flopping around on the backing plate. So, just for giggles, I'm going to just pop a couple of these bolts in there lightly, and that will secure us in the right position to get that out. So, that'll be better. Now, let's watch this operation one more time again. Put that baby right through the hole in the middle. Tighten that little nut up to keep it from unflopping on us. And bang this out of here. There's that seal, and now we can clean the axle housing, which is going to be a miserable mess. I'm going to go underneath first. Here it is. Yeah, it's kind of dented up or something too. Looks like the bearing could have crashed into it a little bit here. See those dents? So it definitely needed to go. Oh no, that's from the puller, sorry. but that puller just fit right through there perfectly, just like that. Dropped right in from the front. How slick. And you can use this to pull out races. Mine doesn't have races because there's sealed bearings that ride right here on the outer ring, and then your oil seal just goes right in there about 1.5 inches deep. So now I'm going to have to try to flush this goop out of there. Let me get set up for that. Alright, we're back, and I realized I left my bearing seals with the rest of the kit at my professional mechanic. But I'm going to clean these seats, and then I'll go get those seals and we'll put them in. Put a little bit of that WD-40 rust spray, and I used that on all my rusty nuts when I was working on my Astrovan, and it does a good job of eating up rust. I got to clean out the bearing seats here. I wish I had an air drill thingy with a little brass wheel on it, but I don't. So this, oh, it's doing a great job. WD-40 crap, good stuff. So I'm cleaning that bearing seat, which is a little rusty. That won't really hurt. I'm just making it so it'll fit in. But this rust, or this WD-40 stuff does eat up the rust. I want to make sure, actually, that the seal seat is what's good and clean and free of rust. I guess they call this green pad Scotch Brite, so that's what I'm using on this. Just an FYI. Oh, she's looking shiny. There's a little bit right there. I don't want to get a bunch of this in the, too much of it anyway, into the pumpkin. But that's working that rust out. Look at. I want the seal seat to be nice and shiny. And she's coming up just nice. She's going to be good. Because that's just a friction fit. There's no sealant on that I know of. I don't see anybody ever put sealant on grease seals. I just want to polish it up. I know this is boring, but this is what I'm doing. I'll work on the other side of the Scotch Brite. Let's clean that out. See what we got. Gotta remember, this car's 50 years old. 52 actually. I gotta get a look up inside there. Oh, sweet. That's just as shiny as a baby's butt. Yes, sirree. A little more. Right down that crack. I took my finger right against it. Of course, I think there's a radius on the bearing, so it doesn't have to fit super square into that hole. Better safe than sorry. That stuff eats rust right up nice. I like it. Now there's two sets of gaskets that go with this rebuild of the rear end is there's one that goes between this backing plate and the face of the axle flange, and then there's one that goes between the axle retaining plate and the front of this brake backing plate. And they're slightly different shapes, but they both go through the same holes, so you got to trap them all in there all together. Overkill than I needed, but I'd rather have overkill than not clean it right and have something go wrong in the future. But I'm going to bring you over to take a quick look. I may have to twist you sideways, but I even got the top, everything all rust, remains of any rust taken out. Let's go do the other side. Now this side is weird. The lighting just isn't quite right. So I gotta turn this lamp on. To help us see. You know, I think I should run a couple of those bolts in here too, like I did on the other side. Just to align it nice, so I can get in there and polish. Where's that bolt? Come on. Junk falling in there. Old bearing or old gaskets. Right now it's nothing but the emergency brake cable and the brake line holding this in place with these bolts out. I'm gonna go get my little zippy driver because that works so slick. Ouch. Ow, 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 ow. I got some new drivers coming, the ones that adapt from the 1/4 inch to a 1/4 inch drive and a 3/8 drive and a 1/2 inch drive. But I've got my adapters all stacked on here right now. Alright, now we can work a little better. Clean it out a little first. Now, I don't know if this one is rusty or not. The bearing surface isn't. But the, well, it isn't really where the seal sits, but it's between the seal and the bearing where it looks a little rusty. I'm going to get a thing to sit on. So this is just some of that little crap you got to do when you actually do this job. Now where's my rust eater upper spray? It's got to be right here. There it is. I just spray a little on there. Use the fresh end of the gas sprite here. And I'll get right in there. And just start working it. And you get that real orange colored dirt on it. You know you're getting it. You're getting the rust off. Put that light over here. See that little streak of rust right there? I want that gone. And the Scotch-Brite ain't eating up any metal either. It's just rubbing the rust off. It's not removing any metal at all. It's not abrasive enough. It's not even like sandpaper. I think it's just like hard plastic fibers all wadded up actually. Alright. I'm just going to keep working on this till I'm happy with it. You can kind of feel the roughness too of the rust. Okay, hit this again. I can't see the top very well, so I'm just kind of doing that by feel. I will take a look at it visually when I get ready to go rock and roll here. Oh yeah. I got a sealed driver kit too, so these seals are going nice and square. They have a tendency to want to rock. Alright, let's take a look. Swab that out a little bit. It's probably more than suitable. Oh yeah. I'm going to call it good to go. Because the actual seat, you know, there's a little rust right there. And then, of course, you put a little bit of your oil on these babies so they help. Never put anything together dry. You need some oil on everything. That goes for many things in life. Alright. Well, this was the miserable job I was not looking forward to, but I think it turned out to be a little easier and better than I thought. Let's see, have I got a screwdriver here anyway? Oh, there's one. I'm going to try to work on that gasket a little bit. I'm just gonna. They got gasket sealer on here too. That black tar-like crap. Been used for many years. That put it between paper gaskets usually. Like this. These are just paper gaskets. I'll clean this up a little better later. A weep hole of some sort. Probably the best way to do this would be take the brakes all off, but I don't want to. They're a pain in the butt. Drum brakes getting assembled correctly with all the springs and the way they just kind of float in there. that crud out of there. Little brake dust. Brakes look fine. I put these on 20 years ago probably. But we only dry over 1,000 miles or so every year, so. Ew. Brake cleaner all over me. Yeah. I might have to take this spreader bar out. I don't know if I can or not. Brakes might all fly apart, so don't laugh. I'm going to try to pry this apart somehow and get that spacer bar out of there. Ah, look at that. Hey, Popeye. Hey, pliers. I no wonder. There's pliers in there. Yeah. Porcupine. Actually, the gasket's gone. It's just the remaining sealer that's left on there. And these are not going to keep oil in. These are basically just to keep water and dust out of your bearings, because it's a sealed bearing. But that doesn't mean it's not fragile either. You don't want that stuff getting in there. I'm pretty happy with that though. They're just kind of like stains on there. And I think the gasket has enough compliance to fill all the voids. Alright. What do you think, people? I need to go get my my oil seals, so until then I have to take a break. Alright, so I got back with my new oil seals that I sent to the mechanic's house with my son-in-law, with my other equipment that he's going to help me put in. But I just want to compare these two to make sure I got the right stuff. Now this one's outside diameter is 227, 2 1/4, a little over 2 1/4. This one's going to be a little smaller. Oh, it says 227 too. A little bit smaller, 226, 2.26, and the inside of this 132, 1.32, 1.318. So okay, this is the right bushing, oil seal, and let's go put one in. So okay, I'm just trying to pick the right driver for this, because I don't want to. So I put the first one on tapered this way. Pretty sure that'll go on all the way. But we need to lube up here. Maybe that's got a seal on it, which it does. Dang things never are right, or never come off right. Alright. So this is just good old-fashioned organic 80-90 weight. Put a little dash of it in there. Should be plenty. And we'll rub a little on the outside of the seal itself. Now, start that in there. As square as we can. And get the trusty whacker. In this case, it's just a little 8-ounce hammer. And we start driving. And she's just about flush. Bigger hammer. When in doubt, get a bigger hammer. I don't want a monster though. My 16-ounce. It was right here. I know where it is. Make sure you can tell when it hits. I'm going to put a little bit smaller one on here. Will that one fit in there? Oop. She looks nice and straight. I'm just putting that on with a little supplied nut. Circling that around as I hit it. Make sure I just hitting the edge. And that feels perfect. So there you go. First one's in. Bingo. Axle shaft seal on a 67 Mustang 8-inch rear end. This is pretty much turning into more of a restoration of the whole rear end than it is the just a bearing change, because I'm doing the whole pumpkin too in another video. Let's go to the other side. Alright. Driver's side. Give her a little goop. Gotta get the bearing, or the seal, duh. The oil around in here. Oil seal. And start it in there. Now, nice, it kind of went in and sat right there square. And if I remember right, which one of these babies I used? Was it that one? Yeah. I don't even need the nut on that. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit smaller one like I did. And walk around inside it with this one that's, oh, I want that. I want to invert this. I probably don't need that nut on there again, as I said, but I don't want to lose my tool either. Okay. Yeah, she's going a little deeper. But you can tell, you can feel the way it hits when it hits bottom. And this is the right oil, so we'll put a little on there. And we'll leave that lubed up so she don't rust. Alright guys, well, that's all I can do for today. I'm going to put this up. There's kind of like a sister production of this video. where I'm doing the differential, which is all part of this same project. This started out as just doing the wheel bearings, and then when I had the wheel bearings out, I decided that I had to pull the axles anyway, and that was time to do the 355 positive traction, rear gears and positive traction on this Mustang, and really pep up her pickup a little bit. So I'll be posting this tonight, and you guys can enjoy my antics a little bit here at Bob's Barn Workshop. I'm actually in my Bob's Garage Workshop today, right here at home. But you see me up to the lake, working in my barn up the lake and working here, and we're having a great time. And this old Mustang, we've had her since 1996, I think. So for 52 years old, she looks pretty good. I put the old Lakewood little slapper bar traction bars on here. It's got 4.5 leaf springs, which is double the rate as what the original came. These were real ass draggers. It's got rear anti-sway torsion bar put into it, which was not normal. Gas shocks, 2¼ inch exhaust, and on the front it's got higher rate, double rate springs, gas shocks, polyurethane bushings on all the suspension, new steering parts, gas shocks, as I said, huge 1.1 anti-sway bar on the front, and power brake conversion. So this baby can rock down the highway. Yes, she can. And she's got a 302 with some high perf goodies on her, 4-barrel carb, long tube headers, the whole ball of wax. So anyway, we will see you in the next episode when I will be putting the pumpkin back in, which will be for the diff series. We'll be rebuilding that, and we'll be changing the bearings, because we still have the old bearings on the shafts over in the shop. So they've got to be cut off. I guess I'll try to. There's lots of videos showing that, though. That's kind of redundant, but maybe I'll show a little of it. Alright guys, take care. We'll see you next time. Stay safe. God bless. Bob's Barn Workshop. We're off for now.